Okay, so we start off with what we call thunder. That's our terminology, but they're hitch routes. We're gonna sprint to 7, break back down to 5, always coming back down to the ball. But when we call this particular play, when we call thunders, everybody's doing the exact same thing. Because when everybody does the exact same thing, it allows our quarterback to pre-read who the easiest throw is to. Okay, so if we can get our quarterback's eyes in the right spot and get him trained to be disciplined to actually look at what the defense is doing, it gives us the highest rate of success. And so we'll spread the field out with 5 guys. You can use different personnels. You can use 10 where it's 4 guys. We can do this out of 20 personnel, 21 personnel. We can literally run these pre-snap reads out of any personnel and execute it, particularly if we use a check-back series. So if we do a check-back series, what we call beta, where our kids pretend to snap the ball and then look back, and we make this easy pre-snap read for our quarterback, it's highly, highly successful. Again, it's one of the easiest throws a quarterback can make, particularly if it's to a guy that's open, okay? So this is an easy way to set it up when you're installing it. Just spread everybody out, tell your athletes that every one of them have hitches, and let the quarterback throw it to the open guy. Okay, so if you're looking at the defensive structure here, we're looking to attack whether it's zone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Okay, where does this particular defense have an open structure at? Okay, so obviously if the quarterback's throwing to a receiver that's closer to him, it's an easier throw. The ball gets there faster. If he decides to go to the outside receivers, the split ends, the ball takes a little bit longer to get there. You're going to have a little bit bigger cushion by the defensive player because the travel time of the ball, we don't want the ball to be intercepted because he's in the pocket. It's easy to read a quarterback's shoulders. So he's got to put a lot of mustard on the ball to get it way out to the sides. But the easier throws to the inside guys. Okay, so look from the inside out. As our quarterback's scanning the field, he's going to read left to right. Look at the inside receiver first. Take a look there. Those are the easiest throws. Okay, so if he's looking at the inside receivers first, what's the interior alignment of the DBs, the linebackers? What does that structure look like? Find the open window. Okay, now we also give the receivers a little bit of freedom to manipulate their hitch route according to where the defense is aligned. And so these lines, although they're straight as arrows because of the artwork, that doesn't mean they have to go straight down the field. Our athletes can angle out and then hitch back. They can angle in and hitch back. We don't want to run our athletes into coverage. Okay, so the receivers have a little bit of freedom to manipulate where they're going to get to, and the quarterback knows that. Okay, the key is, can I catch the ball? Can I throw the ball without the laces and get the ball on time where the receiver is? And in an ideal world, the ball is snapped to the quarterback, okay? In his third hand, he doesn't have to take a drop step. All he has to do is reset his feet and throw the ball to the receiver without the laces. That's in an ideal world, okay? So let's take a look at how we're going to structure this. Now, so this is a spring ball scrimmage. Okay, that's why we can use a drone, okay? We're actually in the spring. We're probably 10 days in, and we're playing another team. This isn't ourselves. We're scrimmaging another team. And so we make it real easy on the quarterback. Let's just throw some hitches, okay? Get the quarterback disciplined enough to read the defense. And so if we're looking at the work here and the structure of the D, he's got some opportunities to throw the ball. Although we're in 10 personnel, we got a running back there. He's got some ideas on where to throw it. Like I said, the guy to the inside is the easier throw. The guy to the outside, which there's a third receiver out there, the guy to the sideline is the harder throw. So take a look at the inside first and work your way out with your eyes, okay? Takes the easy throw. Quarterback sits, or receiver sits in a window. He's not a robot. He's an athlete. He's finding open space. As you can see, he doesn't run directly downfield. Okay, he's kind of running away from the linebacker that may drop or may not drop. So he's kind of using his football IQ to get to an open spot. And he gets upfield in a hurry. Okay. So out of a super simple concept, where the ball's on the 35, that kid ends up getting down, catches the ball at 6 to 7, gets upfield. we get down to the 20, inside the 20 on one simple hitch route, okay? And believe it or not, it's hard to cover hitch routes across the field. It really is. Could you line up everybody in man coverage? Yeah, you can, but you take the risk of somebody popping the top off of the defense. And so defensive coordinators know that, and so they don't normally go and press coverage across the board. Okay, they don't do that for the most part because they know there's probably going to be one or two receivers that can pop the top on any given defensive back. So they stay in similar structures that they're used to, and what that allows us to do is make these simple reads for our quarterback. Okay, so now we're in an empty set. The same thing that we drew up, that first picture that I showed you, we're in an empty set. The defense is in the same structure that I showed you, and so what I would anticipate before even watching the play is that these guys are going to try to find space. He's not going to run directly down the field and put himself in coverage, so he should find some space to open field, and the quarterback knows that. So in the ideal world, again, the quarterback's going to catch the ball with or without laces and throw the ball, okay? And hopefully our line of scrimmage gives him enough time to do that. It's nice and quick. Because we're in shotgun, it should give the quarterback or the receiver enough time to get downfield by the time he throws him the ball. Okay, everything's got to be on time. So if you look at our quarterback's technique here, catch, turn, throw. Okay, our protection's not great, but it was still, although the protection's kind of terrible, there's still enough time for the quarterback to get the ball off to where he wants to get the ball off. And if you look at the receiver's intention, his intention is to not run into coverage. So he's on the outside of that hash, he's running away from the coverage. Okay, so he's not a robot, he's not running in a straight line, he's being an athlete trying to find open space. Okay, super easy for the quarterback, super easy for the receiver. Okay, here's a situation where an empty, and this team does have a lot of the guys that are not press coverage, but very close to the line of scrimmage, kind of taking away the hitch. We do a little motion from the running back. This is our running back right here. We motioned him from the running back position out. We motion him back in to identify a few things, and then back out, and then the quarterback determines who he throws the ball to. Little check back series. Everybody's looking back. What do we want to do with this particular structure? We're still trying to make it easy for our quarterback. Okay. Quarterback identifies its man across the board. Okay. They have a possible 6-man pressure here. If you look at the line of scrimmage, okay, there's 6 guys, so all 6 of them can go, which means there's somebody not going to be blocked. So the quarterback has to catch the ball and get the ball out of his hands very, very quickly. So he has to decide who's he going to throw to. Okay. Again, the inside guys are the easier throws. Outside guys, you got to put a lot of mustard on the ball to get it out there. But if you look at our outside guy here, he's kind of in press coverage because he's out of the question. So he has to make the right read here very fast. Catch and throw, kind of a late hit on the quarterback, but he got the ball out of his hands, and we get a positive yards out of a super easy read. Okay. You know, obviously, this particular defense had a game plan for empty for us. They probably didn't call this particular stunt for no apparent reason. So there's a reason behind this particular stunt and blitz. And they still had a hard time stopping this particular quick, easy throw. Okay, so here's a look at it out of 2x2. Okay, keeping a running back in the box, maybe keeping a little bit of a run threat. But again, quarterback makes an easy read out to the slot receiver. Very easy, not even a check back series. Recognizes that most of their coverage is on this side because we have two really good receivers on one side and kind of an open zone on that side. So real easy throw for our quarterback.